So far, rumors are spreading that a potential player right now in the NFL, there could be some links that the Chargers may potentially end up making a move for. Find out this here and more on Chargers Syndicate. What's going on, you guys? Jake Silva here on Chargers Syndicate, giving you everything LA Chargers news and so much more. If it is your first time up onto the channel, I encourage you guys to like, subscribe, hit the bell button, keep you up to date on future past videos. So in this video, there's been some rumors on social media that has been leaking out, and maybe because, we haven't really gotten a whole lot of activity until training camp officially starts. But apparently, there seems to be some sort of rumors going around that a potential player that the Chargers may be linked to, and that player that is being discussed is Washington Commanders defensive tackle Jonathan Allen. It is being said that apparently the Chargers have been having some trade rumoring links to. I'm not entirely sure how real that is, but something that has really surfaced, at least in the social media world. So Jonathan Allen, my thing about him is that, the former first round 17th overall pick by the Washington Commanders, I think he's a heck of an athlete. He's a guy that really has been shown to be a threatening force on the defensive front line for the Commanders for the last few years since he started his career there in 2017. But he definitely is a valuable asset that even if the Chargers were to make a move, what are the Chargers willing to give up to end up making that happen? So it's interesting, in my opinion. Not entirely sure how real that this could be, but I don't think Joe Ortiz is really kind of leaving the door, closed or whatnot. He may be open to potential trading options and finding out any ways that they could to maybe potentially make a business deal, something like this, to where they could acquire someone like Jonathan Allen. So in Jonathan Allen's case, since 2017 all the way to where we are right now in 2023, Jonathan Allen has put together a great resume, one that has definitely solidified as one of the best defensive tackles right now, currently in the NFL. In 2018, he had 8 sacks with over 61 total tackles, 34 solos, and was definitely shown to be a threatening force and a run stopper for the Commanders moving forward. And since that time, he really has been stepping up and really finding his focus. In 2021, he had played all 17 games where he had 62 tackles, 31 of them all solos and 31 assisted, and had also recorded 9 sacks on top of it. So Jonathan Allen, as I've said, he's a guy that is a force that could very much end up helping out the defensive front line if a deal was to be in place for the Chargers. And considering the fact that the defensive front interior with Morgan Fox and Poona Ford and Justin Mbugbe and many other names that are here, this could be a potential upgrade for the Chargers. I'm not opposed to it. I mean, if there is a deal in place, maybe something that's more reasonable as far as market value, and then at the same time, the assets that the Chargers are willing to trade away and give up. But I think, acquiring a name like Jonathan Allen, and in the last 2 seasons, Jonathan Allen had been vocalized about how he's been feeling with Washington, not entirely sure what the direction, and at the same time, what the chemistry may end up looking like for the team. Now, of course, this was beforehand, before the Josh Harris group ended up taking over the ownership of the Commanders, before Dan Snyder ended up stepping down, selling the team, and then Josh Harris ended up stepping in. Now, they know the Commanders, we know, that are trying to change up the culture, trying to make it more of a more promising winning type group that they have. And it may take a couple years until they finally solidify it for, the NFC and for the NFC East in their division. But Jonathan Allen, he's a kind of guy that I think is a very down to earth type guy, and somebody that really wants to, find a new destination. Maybe it's a new calling for him, whatever team may be available. And this could be a trade option that the Chargers maybe right now are linked to, and they're making some phone calls, maybe keeping up on some conversations. And who knows, this may end up being a trade piece that could come as far as the trade deadline goes in the 2024 season. So I'm not opposed to it. I'm not closing the door on this possibility for the Chargers, but I think acquiring a guy like that with veteran experience, a guy that really is a great locker room asset that can help out, especially with these new younger pieces that the Chargers have on this roster, could be something that I think Jim Harbaugh and Joe Ortiz is really attracted to, as long as the market value really does speak for itself, what the assets may be in order to end up acquiring him and maybe potentially make him an LA Charger up in the near future. So I'm not leaving the possibility and the door closed up. There's a possibility there. When will it happen and how will it happen is left to be determined and set. That's all here for Charger Syndicate news for you for your LA Chargers. Like, subscribe, hit the bell button, keep you up to date on future past videos. Jake Silva signing off, and we will see you guys on the next video here on Charger Syndicate. See you later, guys. Remember to bolt up.